Does anyone know what happened to my SCP friend? Cause I don't.
He died.
Yeah, but how?
Probably bought a nuke.
No, he
Yeah,
died way before that. He
Oh, probably got shot to death then.
well, it said it didn't say how he died. It was just unspecified. So I'm guessing he probably died by the Tesla gate.
Hello everybody, welcome to SCP Secret Laboratory. I had to start the intro like this way because I accidentally started off the game and never done introduction, so I chose to do it this way. I have to cut the background a little bit down just so my voice is overlapping with everybody else's voice in game. But anyways, welcome to SCP Secret Laboratory, the game that's more for FPS shooter game, online multiplayer with other players and servers, and it's just like SCP Containment Breach, the main game. If you haven't heard of what SCP Containment Breach is, I will do a little rundown on it. SCP Containment Breach is the survival horror game where you're played as a Class D, and your objective is to escape the facility by avoiding every possible SCP inside the facility, along with avoiding MTF, Nine-Tailed Fox. That's basically about the main story is, but for this particular game, it's a little bit different. In some cases, there are more roles, and there are more objectives you can do for each of different roles. There are like maybe 5, 6 branches. Let me check here. Scientist, Class D, SCP, MTF, Chaos Energy, and I think that may be it. Yeah, there's 6 of them. We have the Class D, the Facility Guards, the Scientist, the SCP, Nine-Tailed Fox, and Chaos Insurgency. As you can already tell, that I'm playing as a Facility Guard. I don't know what the main objective for Facility Guard is. I think it just depends on how the game is played. But from what I understand, when you're playing as a Facility Guard, I'm not sure if you're helping with the Class D or Scientist escape, or you're just acting like as one of the Chaos Insurgencies or Nine-Tailed Fox, or in some cases I've had seen people go on a rampage and just kill everybody. I just don't know. I don't really understand the class very good, because to myself I don't really fully understand what the main goal is here. I think it's just depending on what the server is and how the game is played, because every server is different. I've had a lot of owners for these servers telling me that they basically created a server for this particular game they want to do, and I've had others who just want to play the game normally, and I've had other servers where it's just nothing but a bunch of memes and shenanigans, basically. Anyways, not to get off the topic here. As a Facility Guard, like I said, there's really not a whole lot to say about this one. So, and not only that, you'll get spawned in very different locations. You might be playing as a lonely Facility Guard, or you may have other Facility Guards you may be able to ally with. Now, moving on. We move on to the Class D. Class D, you just spawn in, like, containment zone, in a prison cell, basically, where all the Class D is spawned. Now, for the objective of Class D is, you have to escape the facility while avoiding everybody else. You may have assistance with Chaos Insurgency, but Chaos Insurgency doesn't come until later game. I will get to a different topic to that soon. But back to Class D. As a Class D, you have to escape by finding a key card. The key cards are not that easy to find. And the key cards, they can spawn in like maybe 3-4 different rooms. There are some that are locked up, which you have to acquire another key card in order to get the higher key card. Or, if you do find a key card, you'll have to find the machinery, known as SCP-914, aka the card room, where you have to go in and upgrade your key card to at least level 5. Maybe a commander card for at least to escape in the meantime. But if you want to set the nuke off and get into other armory accesses, you'll need at least like level 5 card to do anything. Now, if you come across with a Scientist, you can probably try at least assist with the Scientist in order to escape. Again, that's just based off of what type of game player you are. Every role is different, and every server is different. every rules are different as well. Just keep that in mind. There are some cases where you may ally with the scientist, and there may be some betrayal going on between the two of them. And you can also find guns too if you want to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? If you want to be like a top dog by finding a gun, you could be able to find a pistol somewhere throughout the facility, and once you get yourself a weapon, you can basically try to take command with every scientist or Class D, depending on, you know, who's all involved with what sorts of groups. Along with that, you want to try to survive from SCP, because unlike Containment Zone, SCP-173 spawns there, and I think SCP-096 might be spawning there too. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but I will get to more details on that later. Now moving on. The next role is the Scientist. Again, as a Scientist, you'll spawn in Class and Light Zone, not Class, and a Light Containment Zone, and same objective as Class D, to escape. But however, you are spawned with the key card, a level 1 key card that can only get you into the card room. And it's not that hard to get to it, but if you come across with any Class Ds, you're kind of screwed, because then the Class D will like demand to remove your key card away from your grasp hands. Or if you somehow place it and they somehow pick it up, then you're basically screwed. But same thing though, if you decide to work together with the Class D or somehow manage to get a level 5 keycard, you're pretty much good to go. Now, as a Class D or Scientist, you'll have to escape all the way from Light Containment Zone, going through the Heavy Containment Zone, straight through the entrance zone, and out the door. Technically, once you get out the outdoor, there's another door you gotta go into, and then you'll be escaped. The door's like in the far corner, where you gotta go to a little hallway and into that little tiny building, and then you'll be safe. Moving on to the SCP classes. There are many different ones. Not a whole many of them. The most we probably have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending. Starting off, we'll start with the SCP-106, aka the Old Man. He spawns in the Heavy Containment Zone in his territory, and as a humanoid character, you have to send your prey towards Pocket Dimension. And to send people in the Pocket Dimension, it's kind of hard to like get people in the Pocket Dimension. You have to like aim. I don't know if you have to aim at the cursor at the bottom feet, or how you're supposed to catch people in the Pocket Dimension. I don't know. It's just one of those random chances. But as a humanoid, you basically send people to Pocket Dimension, and you're able to go through walls. And the best part about it is you don't have to worry about anything, but except one thing though. You have to worry about the other players getting into your territory, setting up a trap for you. Because once they sacrifice another body, they have the ability to capture SCP-106 and send it back to its dimension, Pocket Dimension, or send it back to its containment. Next, we're moving on to SCP-049, aka the Plague Doctor, the one who wants to cure everybody as he meets. He can be an OP player, because as he walks up to anybody he meets, he can instantly kill them in a snap. And the best part is, he can bring the dead back to life as an SCP-049-2, aka the Zombie. The zombies, I'm not really too fond of them, because the zombies, they die pretty quickly, but they are there to help become like a meat shield for the Plague Doctor. As the Plague Doctor, he can die pretty quickly, depending on how many amount of soldiers are there to defeat him. So he needs to get as many zombies as he can in order to defend himself against with Nine-Tailed Fox or Chaos Insurgency. What else does he do? There's something else SCP-049 does. He doesn't really move as fast, but still he can be pretty OP depending on where he's at and depending on if he wants to be very sneaky. The next SCP is 096, aka the Shy Guy, the one who screams in terror and goes on the rampage. Whoever dares to look at him, they will regret it. As an SCP-096, you'll start off somewhere in a random location. I don't know if it's in the heavy containment or light containment zone. I think it just depends on what the server settings are. As a shy guy, you can't kill anybody when you're in tears or crying. You have to get anybody to look at you. SCPs don't count in this. Only NTF Chaos, Class D, Facility Guard, or Scientist. Now, if you're successful to get anyone to look at you, he will start to scream. He will start to stand up 90 degrees. He will hide his face in shame. And then, the worst comes to the worst. He will rip you from shreds, limb by limb.
Oh my god. Wait.
And then,
How was this door open?
he goes back to his normal self, in tears, looking down. He will also break through doors. He will do whatever he can to get to his victim.
Really funny.
The disadvantage from this guy, though, he cannot break down the big, heavy doors. Only the other doors around the facility, but not the elevator doors or the big doors. And here comes SCP-939, the monster that can only see if other players are making sound. He has like this visualization where he can only see based off of movements or based off of sound. His image is more like a black and white style. You don't see anybody in sight. It's kind of hard to move around the facility. It's not really that hard to move. I'm just trying to say, like, it's hard to find other players unless they know how to move. Or unless they know how to be super stealthy and quiet. But the one wrong move can leave a sound trigger. And that will cause SCP-939 to find its victims and eat them up alive. As an SCP-939, you could be by yourself, or you may have a companion, another 939. Sometimes this monster may spawn once, sometimes this monster may spawn twice for 2 players to play as.
What are you doing? What are you saying there?
You just have to be real careful with this guy. But the best part about this, you're able to communicate with other players. Not just the SCPs, just with everybody else in the facility. Trying to make yourself more like Class D or Scientist, depending on where you're spawning. I think they're spawned in light containment zone. No, I lied. They're spawned in heavy containment zone. I don't think it's not far from the light containment zone, though. Don't quote me on that. Again, this map is very well generated. It's very random, so everybody can spawn anywhere. Last but not least, SCP-173, the living concrete sculpture of a monster that moves around when no one isn't looking at it. He is pretty quick, so keep an eye out for him. He likes to snap people's necks, I was told. He's my favorite SCP. Well, not really my favorite SCP, because his health is kind of a bit sketchy. But he moves pretty darn quick, though. He can get from one place to the other side of the place in like less than 2 minutes, depending on the map. He's somewhat okay. But again, once you're in a room full of bunch of traitors, you're basically screwed. And by traitors, I mean you're surrounding yourself by all your friends you knew, who was once your friend. Now they're all a bunch of MTF and Chaos Insurgency looking to kill every last SCP in this facility. That is all the SCPs on the list. Now we're moving on to the both MTF and Chaos Insurgency. They both basically are the same ones. I'll start off with the MTF first, but however they are a little bit differently in some ways. As an MTF, they come into a helicopter. They start outside the entrance zone, and their main objective is to find every last survivor, the survivor of the scientist, and get them out as quick as they can. Along with that, they have to eliminate all the Chaos Insurgency they can find, any Class D they come across, or any remaining SCPs inside the facility. There are some different artillery ranks as MTF. We got the commander who has the ability to basically get into like high secure locations, like the intercom room, And I think they can get into the armory. I'm not so sure about that yet. I haven't really tested it out myself yet, but someday soon I'll find out. Then we have the... What's another name for guards? I can't think what the military rank is. But they're like a... Not a lieutenant. I can't think what name it is. They're more like a watch out type of people. And then we have the lieutenants. Same thing. Not as same thing as the commander, but they don't really have access again to any secure locations like the intercom room. I don't know if they have the ability to get into the armory room. I don't remember off the top of my head. And then for Chaos Insurgency, same way, except it's a little bit opposite. Instead of finding a scientist, they have to go in and rescue Class D, along with eliminating everybody else around them. And instead of having certain different ranks, they're all basically the same character. They each have the same exact key card, the same exact weapon. I don't know. Actually, did I spawn with a pistol? I know some of the MTF will spawn with a pistol, but I don't know about Chaos Insurgency. I really don't know for sure off the top of my head. Somebody let me know about the comments. As I was saying, they have to get Class D out as they can. Now, however, though, Class D, they spawn in any random different times. They don't really make a big announcement of themselves when they're going to arrive. Some people say, like, if you listen to the announcer, well, not the announcer, but another SCP, the one who's ever in, what's the SCP name? The SCP with the computers. Some people say, like, if he makes a noise, I guess it means, like, the Chaos Insurgency will spawn in. I'm not so sure if that's 100% accurate. I'm just going by what other players have said to me before, but I find it hard to believe. Because every time I'm spectating, I've seen people get killed, and no Chaos Insurgency arrive yet. So the timing is a bit random. I almost forgot, as an MTF of Chaos Insurgency, you have to be careful with SCP-106. He is able to teleport from one location to another if he sets down his teleportation portal through whatever he spawned to whatever he decided to put the trap at. Might want to be careful with that. This guy is pretty tricky. You do not want to be in some places on your own. You want to make sure you have your partner with you at all cost. Because once you enter to the pocket dimension, you're screwed. And once you enter in the pocket dimension, there's only one escape. But every other doors in that pocket dimension is a death trap for anybody who gets captured inside a pocket dimension. So please, MTF, Class D, Scientist, a Chaos Insurgency, if you're listening, make sure you're not alone. Especially when you're coming up against any other SCPs. So far, that is everybody in the system. Now, there can be weird ways to how this game is done. The SCPs will win if they successfully kill everybody, along with making sure like no Class D or any scientists escape. Same thing with the Class D. If the Class D wins by any survivors who escape, they basically automatically win. But the game doesn't officially end until all of the SCPs are either eliminated or MTF and Chaos Insurgencies are eliminated. That's the same way with scientists do. Facility guards, I don't remember if they win or not. If the facility guards are the only ones who remain alive, with everyone else around them dead, then I think it comes to an SCP, or not SCP winning, but facility guard winning, or in some cases may come up as a draw. Oh yes, I almost forgot about the important detail part. I almost forgot about this. So, back to finding a level 5 key card. If you find a level 5 key card, the nuke room, you can start off the nuke room by making sure you want to go down to the silo, the Alpha Warhead silo, to activate the nuke. And once it's activated, you want to hurry up and get outside the entrance zone and go into the living room that's by one of the big gates. I think it's either gate A or gate B. One of those two gates that has the stairs. If you go down the stairs, there's a little room off to the left. Go in that room, and then you'll get to set off the nuke. There is a timer though, so once the timer starts, whoever's inside that facility will have the ability to make sure they can go back down the silo and disarm it. It can be anybody. Anybody has all access to it. It's kind of hard depending on if all this SCP is alive, especially for SCP-173, because the SCP-173 can be quickly enough to go down to the silo and disarm it before it goes off. Now, once the nuke goes off, anybody who is inside the facility left, they are eliminated for good. The game doesn't officially end yet until, like I said, everybody around you is eliminated. Either no more SCPs, no more 9-tailed fox, chaos, class D, or scientists, and facility guards. Okay, so I covered everything about this game. I really hated to waste like 20 to 25 minutes for it, but I will leave like 10 extra minutes for this video. That way you can see more like how the game goes and listen to everybody else talk. So have fun, enjoy this game. The game is also free, so anybody is more than welcome to go in. There are many different servers open, or if you want to, you can create like a public server, or you can make like a private server and invite all your friends by sharing the IP address. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I will let you get back into watching this video. I'm coming to get you. What are you gonna do about it, Class D? If there's any SCPs running around, I have found one in this one particular room where there's a big seal, but I'm kinda stuck while trying to kill this guy. Oh, you think you can block me in here? I don't think so! He must have went through this gate. Oh, he went into this room. Nah, he must have took the other door, because now I lost him. I thought I heard a door opening through here, but I guess I, lost him. Great! First day of job as an SCP, and I already fucked up! But that's okay. I'll find more. They're down here somewhere. So one of them probably has a gun, if there's a dead scientist right on the floor there. Right here. Ha ha ha! A classic good kill. So that's the guy that probably killed the scientist. But wait, no. I got low extra time. I'm gonna see if I can find another Class D here somewhere. Really? Both elevators are here, so none of them could have gotten out yet. But I gotta find that card room. It's in here somewhere. I know.
Danger. Light containment zone overall decontamination in T-minus 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. I got time. Okay. Guess I'll just have to keep looking. But I don't want to go too far. Heavy containment. I guess I'll go up. See if I find any more of the NTF. MTF or NTF, 9-tailed fox, whatever you want to call them. Maybe I might find some chaos insurgency too along the way. As long as I don't get lit up like a Christmas tree. Nope. I don't think they could have gotten escape, have they? Oh, somebody already went down. I'm gonna see if they ever... I'm gonna make sure this thing is disabled. There we go! Nope, dead end. Larry's room, but that's not what I want. Or the old man's room. Old man Larry. I think I'm the only SCP in this facility. Hey!
We can win together, Peanut. Gun him down.
No Class D will be escaping under my watch! Sweet! Perfect kill.
Danger. Light containment zone overall decontamination in T-minus 5 minutes.
Sweet, sweet kill. Yeah, I guess a lot of people must have left because not very many people in that room. Not much of any Class Ds or any scientists. Probably should have joined in room with the more people in it. Ah, that's alright. I'm sure more people will join in. If not, I'll just leave and buy myself a different room.
What's good, my dudes?
Oh, you know, just another day in paradise.
Paradise.
Same.